this is a big one, and I've asked a project executive that I respected a lot what the answer to this one is, but I'm going to ask you. When you think about the real objective of a project manager, going back to that loop, what is their actual mission, so that we can bring it home for the listeners?
Okay, so the actual mission is
Yeah.
I'd go back to the book by Patrick Lencioni, Five Dysfunctions of a Team, and a quote in there that says, if you could get all of the people in an organisation rowing in the same direction, you could dominate any industry, any market, under any conditions, at any time. If you could get everyone, the PM's job is to get everyone headed in the same direction. If he could do that, you'll build any project under any circumstances, ever gets thrown at you at any time. That's my opinion. In my opinion, that is his number one job.
I love that, and kudos to you for pronouncing his name right. I always get that wrong.
That takes a lot of practice to get that right, especially for an
Yeah,
Aussie.
because
It takes even more practice, apparently, to get scenes to switch. This is an absolute, you know what, here today. All right. Tuesday, I missed ORCA. Site travel, new systems, more things happening than I actually allowed for. I did allow for failure points, not enough, obviously. Process just didn't happen, okay? But the week still held together because of one word, which I'll let Bo tell you about in a minute. Wasn't luck, it was consistent practice. That builds before the failure point arrives, okay? So today we're going to run a course, run ORCA live, get back on track, and find out much failure points are costing you, so you can see how it works. Take it and use it with your team as well. Have you run ORCA with your team yet? Hot dog? Yes, I have. Not a hot dog? No, I haven't. 3 words out of this. Overload kills focus. I didn't let overload kill focus this week, even though I missed my ORCA. Wait, hang on. This is going so well to plan today. For some reason, don't have audio through there. We'll rewind that. See if we can get better talk. No. All right. I'm going to play that video for you later on. Basically what he's saying is, if you overload your team, they're going to lose focus. Everyone goes off on choose your own adventure, and that's when the real troubles set in. Just so we'll give this one last shot at this. All right, we found the problem. It's a highly technical issue. What happened was Beanie had the volume turned right down. You really need to see this video. It's probably one of the best ones that my old mate Boo's done. I don't even need to put that back in the rack. I can do that and play that.
There's a big gap between intention and turning that intention into impact. And when we talk about impact, it means having an effect, like hitting your targets. As we embrace what I call the digital vortex, which is this
intention's what we're going to do, impact's getting it done.
Speed at which expectation has been set around delivery, overwhelm in the amount of information and data we're now consuming, and then finally just trying to grab someone's attention. What we find in a leadership role now is those 3 elements are crushing their day-to-day execution. First of all, they might have an idea of what they want to achieve. It's probably created in their own head because they've got the big picture and the awareness, and they're telling people what to do who aren't listening. They just don't have the attention span anymore. As we see the attention span,
this is where the old saying, General George S. Patton, don't tell people how to do things. Tell them what to do and let them surprise you with the results.
Of humanity diminish below that of a goldfish, leaders need to really dial in very quickly what needs to be achieved rather than done. That's a very big distinction in how a leader shows up.
What needs to be achieved rather than done. I knew this week that if I could achieve one result, the rest of the week would fall into place. And that's exactly what happened.
Second is we tend to think more is better. The more we inform people as to what we want them to do.
Write this bit down. We tend to think that more is better. It's not. Simplicity. See what you can remove before you even think about adding more.
That they'll have a better idea, but the reality is the opposite. It's overwhelming. Like, humans are pretty smart. We can figure out what to do, but what we really need is to know where to go. And then the speed of expectation, where a leader may have a quarterly strategy or a monthly strategy, even a weekly deliverable. But what happens is they automatically feel that needs to be delivered on a Monday, and the anxiety kicks in. You'll find them booking meetings, distracting their team, getting involved and micromanaging because they're trying to control a situation rather than have the patience for the team just to get it done. And that then becomes a chronic condition. And the chronic condition is overwhelmed leaders who are frustrated that the team aren't doing anything in a team that sits back disengaged because they're not 100% sure what needs to be done. There's a big gap between
that happen, or a version of that happen on your project. Hot dog or not a hot dog? Hot dog, I've seen it. Hot dog, no, I haven't. If you're not a hot dog, I'd challenge that. Right, let's get back on track with our old mate, ORCA. Ready to go, Claude? Welcome back. Another ORCA Live, 16 April 2026, 14.4 minutes, 1% of your day. Audience is live, debrief, real work, real results. Let's go. Step one is the objective. We're locking in what we set out to do today. Beanie, what was the objective today? The objective today was to make sure that we did ORCA live again, as we've had 2 misses. Good objective, get ORCA Live back on streak today. It's happening right now. Is it tracking the way that you want to? Well, we had a couple of technical issues, but it's not perfect, as you know, and it never will be, but it will be flawless. We'll get the mission done. See what he's got to say about that. Love it. Flawless execution doesn't mean perfect. It means the mission gets done regardless. What was the results today beyond just getting it live? The results today is to point out to people, I'll play a little video from Boo at the start of this on how when we overload people and overwhelm them, nothing gets done. And the point that I was getting across today is even though it hasn't been a perfect week and I didn't hit all of the daily objectives, which was to do the ORCA live, even though that failed, we've still managed to get the mission done. It's going to go a bit deeper here. Good, so the result is the message landed, imperfect execution, mission still complete. And you used your own week as a live example. Is there a gap? Are we debriefing a win? There's still a gap. There's still plenty of room for improvement. Somewhere along the line, and this is not going to happen, this is not a question I'm going to answer right now, right? Environment drives habit. When I'm at home and the environment is where everything's set up and all I have to do is click a few buttons and away I go and I'm live, the odds of me doing the live go through the roof. Somehow I have to come up with a formula for travel days, the days that I'm in and out of the airport, where I've got some sort of a kit that makes it easy to do that. I could sit here and go, oh, you can't believe what happened. this, and this. And I was traveling, and you just can't plan for that. Yeah, I actually can. It's happened a few times now. I should know that I need to get my live done, so I should set myself up so I'm at the airport an hour earlier than I need to be and go and do the live then. I probably need to stop worrying about trying to broadcast to, oh, I can do it on my laptop. Go straight through Ecamm Live with the camera in the laptop is good enough these days, and just keep it short and sharp. 10 minutes, done, 5 even. It still keeps the streak alive. Good, so the gap is travel environment. Home setup makes it effortless. Travel makes it hard enough to miss. Why hasn't the travel kit been built yet? Because I haven't created a checklist to make sure I've got all the bits and pieces. I need a little process, a checklist that I tick off, bang, bang, bang. I've got all those bits in my bag. Then I open that up when I go to get to the airport and go do step A, B, C, and D. Go live. Actually, we'll go one better than that. What we'll do is we will build it into this ORCA process. So we'll build some steps in at the start of it, not here, not today. We'll build upgrade this prompt. I'll do this tomorrow. So this will be the action step of the day. I upgrade this prompt to ask it to start, is this a home day or a travel day? And if I say a travel day, then we'll have a set sequence that we go through to set up, get everything running, and make sure the live still happens. Love it. That's the system eating itself again. ORCA, improving ORCA. Cause no travel kit or travel day protocol exists. A setup that makes live streaming effortless at home hasn't been codified for the road. That sits in standards and procedures. One action, you've already named it. Beanie upgrades the ORCA Live prompt tomorrow to ask home day or travel day at the start with a travel day setup sequence built in. Who does what by when? Beanie will rewrite that prompt with Claude tomorrow by 4 PM before we do tomorrow's live. Beanie rewrites the ORCA Live prompt with Claude tomorrow before the live. That's the action. 17 days, 2 misses this week, but the mission got done. The gap not named. The gap got named, and tomorrow the prompt gets upgrade that makes travel days as reliable as home days. That's not failure, that's the process working exactly as it is designed. All right, take that, use it, made a great week. Go and work out. Get yourself a copy of the Afterburner Advantage book if you don't have one already. You really need that book. Take it, use it, read it, make a great week, and we'll speak soon. There are 4 metrics that we're going to measure, which are going to give us a health check on our project. Project manager should be able to go to this and look at it. This is the thinking behind the way that I built this, is 1% of a 24-hour day is 14.4 minutes. So if we eliminate all of the waste, you'll need to come back to this screen back here. We eliminate all of the waste, the 90% of waste that is in his day or is in the process of trying to mitigate the 12 causes of project failure and drive the 9 rules of project flow. We get rid of a lot of that. He should be able to, in 14.4 minutes a day, he can go to back to here, look at his Trello board, look at his TAC plan, review the metrics for full kit, engagement, handoffs and constraints, and have an exceptional idea exactly where his project fits and where it's tracking on those things within 15 minutes, 1% of the day, of a 24-hour day, 14.4 minutes, he should be across everything.